Meanwhile, thank you very much for joining us on this Wednesday. We start with the Fox News alert, and this is really disturbing. A brand new chilling threat from the terror group ISIS. They are now claiming to have dozens of fighters right here in the United States, and those fighters are ready to kill us.
You're right, Steve. Casey Stegall is live near the scene of Sunday night's terror attack in Garland, Texas, with the very latest. Casey, good morning to you. What do we know to the minute?
Good morning to you guys. There are many moving parts to this investigation, including this chilling threat that ISIS put out. In fact, we want to show you a map because the Islamic State now claiming that it has a total of 71 fighters living in 15 U.S. states right now, but they only named Virginia, Maryland, Illinois, Michigan, and California. And now investigators looking into a possible Minnesota connection to this shooting here in Texas. A man from there who is now working in Somalia. Federal prosecutors say Mohammed Hassan moved overseas 7 years ago to fight for Islamic extremists and recruit followers. Well, investigators say 10 days before this shooting in Texas, Hassan tweeted, quote, "It's time for brothers in the U.S. to do their part," and then included a link to this Garland event. Later that same day, one of the Texas shooters, 30-year-old Elton Simpson, tweeted about this event as well. Both men were contacts on Twitter and had messaged leading up to the attack, according to investigators. Meantime, the White House will not say the two gunmen had ties to ISIS or classify this as terror just yet. What's more, the organizer of this Muhammad cartoon contest here in Garland, where the shooting occurred Sunday night, Pam Geller, ISIS has reportedly said it would like to kill her and anyone who supports her. Guys?
Casey Stegall, great reporting there. You know, so you're looking at this roundup here. You've got ISIS singling out Pam Geller, as he just said, saying that we will send our lions to achieve her slaughter. Okay? They're claiming responsibility on the United States soil for the first time. You've got social media traffic that's suggesting that there was contact between the shooter and an ISIS account overseas,
including naming names.
You've got federal agents who for years had been monitoring this Elton Simpson, and then later he was actually arrested for lying to them about his travels and attempts to become a jihad. All of this together would suggest that the White House would perhaps, on the heels of the shooting, which did occur on Sunday, would make a statement. But yet their strategy is to remain silent. The president, as of now, no statement from the president on the White House website right now.
What's your hurry? Just keep in mind, this is embarrassing to the White House. You go back before the election, the president made it very clear, we've decimated these killers, Al-Qaeda, which in many cases became ISIS. They're on the ropes, things like that. You know who the White House is blaming these days? They're blaming Twitter. They're saying, you know, the problem is social media. It's hard to get a handle on that.
It's not that hard to get a handle. It's the actual
That's what they're blaming. They're blaming social media. And as we heard, this recruiter, this ISIS recruiter, very specifically and very directly talking to people here in the United States, essentially activating this sleeper cell.
And how disappointing that, you know, you have the White House press secretary downplaying this, calling these two guys just two individuals.
He goes, this is still under investigation by the FBI and other members of the intel community to determine any ties of affiliations of these two individuals. So blah, 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 blah.
Just two individuals who happen to go and wanting to slaughter those in the name of
Put it this way, anyone, if you take a poll, most people understand that Al-Qaeda is there and ISIS is surging, Abu Shabaab, all these different entities. Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters weighed in.
These guys were on the ropes when Bush left office. No way around it. You can blame Bush, you can blame the apocalypse, but this has happened on Obama's watch.
There's no doubt.
We are playing defensive ball, and you can't win that way.
We put out rewards. We named the top 10 ISIS people. Yeah. So we say, hey, you want 5 million, you want 7 million, just go ahead and capture them for us.
But other than that, silence. Even Loretta Lynch calling this just a simple criminal investigation she called it a criminal investigation.
Right.
No, this should be an investigation on terror.
You know what has been one thing about ISIS? I think people have been worried about it here in the United States, but it's kind of like it's over there. It's way over there. It's in the Middle East somewhere. Now it's very clear they are here, and ISIS is even telling us that. Regarding the White House and their non-reaction so far, Sheriff David Clark from Milwaukee County tweeted out this: POTUS, President of the United States, was too busy raking the American police officer over the coals again to Al Jazeera yesterday to address the terror incident in Texas. We're going to have Rudy Giuliani, America's mayor, with us just about less than an hour from right now. If anybody knows anything about terror, it's that man.
Well, the White House may be quiet right now, but there's one resident in Garland who is anything but, and he's making one strong statement. He's just 21 years old, and his name is Joseph Offit, and he's been holding an 8-foot American flag outside with his arms, tired as they may be, since this happened, and he said he's going to do it to show that our community is not scared and that we are patriots. Look at that. He said that people actually jumped in to help him hold it when his arms got too fatigued, but his message was strong, many say stronger than that of the White House at this point. What a statement from him, just 21 years old there. And he's actually coming up at 7:15 a.m., and we are looking forward to talking to him.